Welcome to the S&M show.
Herzlich willkommen.
That sounds diabolical.
It should.
So, what are we talking about today?
I don't know, Satan. Satan.
We're
How are you today?
we're going Thai style, huh? Sawadee Satan.
Satan, yes, because they like to put the sara sound between consonants that they're not used to clumping together. These consonant clusters that they have in Thai are different from English. So Satan, Palay, Sapot, things like that.
Yeah, anything with an S at the beginning becomes
especially
a sa.
those. Yeah.
So I am Satan. Not really. So, and we probably should say that. So today we're going to discuss some things that might upset you if you're watching. The topic will include Satan. Neither of us believe in Satan. This just happens to come about from, well, he'll tell you how it came about, but we're not supporting, condoning, or in any way, shape, or form saying that you should run out and join this religious organization if you want to consider.
I'll add to that disclaimer by saying we're not against it either. We're not Satanists. We're not members of the Church of Satan or the Satanic Temple, and we're not encouraging people to join those organizations. I personally am not against them either. We just want to provide some information. And as we discussed in previous video, we are not particularly affiliated to any religion, whether it's Christianity or Judaism or Islam or Church of Satan or anything else. And
So how did we get to this point? What spurred this?
To this point.
Yeah, why are we here talking about Satan, satanic beliefs?
Oh, I thought you meant the point where we were planning to bring infants and sacrifice them at the Baphomet.
Yeah, we don't. No, we're not doing.
Okay,
that.
we're not doing that.
No.
Oh, another video.
They don't even do that.
That's true.
You have misconstrued.
I've misconstrued and misinterpreted. Not even for another video, Satan?
No.
Oh, shit.
No.
Okay.
Perhaps we can mutilate some already cooked pork or something like that.
Mutilating cooked pork.
We could go.
I'm sure the vegans would agree with the exact wording of that sentence.
We could go to the supermarket. We could go to the supermarket and get a fish from the live fish tank and film them thumping it on the head, and then we could cook it. But
well, the vegans
that's about as far
the
as
vegans would say that they're murdering and mutilating the fish, even though murder is a legal term used for humans only.
It does kind of look like that when they thump it. First he's there, and then he flips a little,
thump,
and that's it.
Not hump, right? But thump.
Thump.
Thump. Okay.
Thump. Yeah. T-hump.
They are not humping fish.
They T-hump it.
What, the hump? They hump it?
Yeah.
Okay, how this started. A while ago, it was about a month ago, so around June 5th of this month, so we're talking about 3 weeks ago, maybe 2.5 weeks, I saw an interesting post on Facebook of a Baphomet statue.
Oh.
And in case you don't know, Baphomet is a symbol for the Temple of Satan and the Church of Satan, or the Satanic Temple, Satanic Temple and Church of Satan. And I saw this out just outside of town, about 48 minutes away from where I am. And I thought, there were a bunch of comments, and I thought this was really interesting. I was very surprised to see a Baphomet in Chiang Mai, Thailand.
Yeah. Baphomet. So you can Google it, but it's half man, half sheep, half woman, half man. By man, I mean the body structure.
The original, right? They're the ones that they use.
Yeah, the original. So the
male.
one you might see in the pictures now is sort of been skewed from the original. The original had wings and hooves to symbolize flight and ground. Along with the Baphomet is a girl and a boy. It's a half man, half woman. So the Baphomet represents balance. And it's been used for a very long time, far longer than the start of either the Church of Satan or the Satanic Temple. So it's from very, very far back. Probably started as a pagan symbol.
Not some kind of demon that was then made into Satan for the sake of the Satanic Temple, but
Yeah, it was just something I'm sure that was taken and used. It was used by the Knights Templar as a symbol, which probably led to their downfall. They were accused of heresy. This symbol probably had something to do with it. I believe in the 1300s, the Knights Templar fell publicly, but there's people now, if you go into the books, that say it goes farther and farther. But we're digressing from Satan, but Baphomet is a symbol that's been around for a while. So
that's
yeah.
it. So I thought we'd discuss that here today. Discuss the Church of Satan, the Satanic Temple, discuss what presence, if any, it has in Thailand, and then go see it. Go stand next to Baphomet and have some tourist photos taken.
If it's really there.
If it's really there, which we do question.
Yeah.
Because we Googled it, and I do have a link that was found in the Facebook posts, which you'll see below. But when we Googled it, and Googled Church of Satan in Chiang Mai, and Googled Baphomet, and so on, and looked at the location, at the actual, what do they use? A Google car to take pictures of the roads and the buildings when you have a location?
Yeah.
It's Google Street View, that's it.
Yeah, the
So
Street View
we both looked at the Google Street View and saw nothing there. Nothing like a Baphomet anyway. So it may not be there, and we'll find out soon enough.
Yeah, we'll see. And you'll see as well if it's really there. So
both of us did some research, you more than me, it seems, on the Church of Satan, and confusingly the Satanic Temple, which seemed to get confused. Fill me in a bit. I mean, you did more than me, so we'll talk about that.
The whole modern element with the use of Baphomet was created by a guy. His name is Anton LaVey.
But what was his middle name? Because that was fake.
Yeah, I think his last name is true, LaVey, but it was Howard Stanton. It's the same as mine.
Howard Satan.
Yeah, Satanton.
A ton of Satan.
LaVey. And he has sort of a wandering work history, you could call it. It seems like he was a jack of all trades and sort of landed towards this, towards writing.
A bit of a snake oil salesman, though, too, right? Weren't there some allegations of fraud in his past, or some kind of shady, dodgy background? And I'm not saying that the church reflects that. I'm just saying that he had some kind of dodgy background, which I can't remember, before creating the Church of Satan.
Yeah, he may have. I didn't really focus on that per se. His religious background was that he was a Jew from Ukraine. Both of his parents were Jewish. So he grew up in the U.S. after his parents emigrated to the U.S. He apparently rejected his religion, and
apparently he rejected Christianity as well.
Yeah, I guess he was unhappy. I'm not sure the motivation why he was unhappy with his beliefs, but basically he came up with a book, wrote a book called The Satanic Bible. I haven't read it.
Neither have I. I have a copy of it, which I've had for probably about 10 years, because I did take an interest in this when I did my research, but I've never read it either.
Yeah. And what you'll find, I guess, from what most people are saying on articles and Wikipedia and other internet sites, is that it's a doctrine of atheism. And that atheism is the basic thing. Believe in yourself and don't let anyone force you to do anything that you don't want to do. It's a little bit anarchist.
I don't know if I'd even call it anarchist, more individualist. And there seems to be. We'll link to a video below where there's an individual here in Thailand, and we did some research. We didn't find much in Thailand, but there is a video on YouTube of a young Thai man who is part of the Satanic Temple, and he discusses a little bit of the differences between the Church of Satan and the Satanic Temple. The Church of Satan being created by Anton LaVey and has the Satanic Bible. I'm not sure if the Satanic Temple has their own Bible or if they use that one, but they're two distinct groups, and there are differences.
Yeah, it's akin to, Baptists and Protestants, not to pick on any two versions of Christianity, but just to make the example that while they both have a common core, they have different rituals and different sub beliefs that they
with the same primary goal of rejecting Christianity and rejecting that kind of forced lifestyle, a lifestyle being forced upon you, a rejection of God, a rejection of Christian beliefs specifically, but also, I guess, the whole Judeo-Christian theme.
Which in my mind, sort of like, I don't get how you arrive there. I mean, perhaps Satan is just the figurehead.
It's a figurehead, but they claim to be atheists, and yet they have these rituals. But I guess it's just a figurehead and it's a symbol, but essentially they claim to be atheists.
Yeah, if we sound confused, it's because we are confused.
Well, I'm not confused. I'm not by that. I'm confused. I'm confused by the differences between the two churches or the two organizations.
Correct.
Because I don't know much there, but they claim to be atheists, and yet they perform the rituals. I'm not confused by that.
Well, the problem I have is that they're using Satan as a figurehead, and the little bit of mention of Satan is that he's a fallen angel, which is
then you're getting into Christianity, right? I don't know how much of that they accept.
Well,
I don't. Well, if you're saying he's a fallen angel, then you have a belief in God and you have a belief in the whole Bible story, which when I say they, I'm lumping the two together because honestly, we don't know exactly what precise differences there are between the two. But they, quote unquote, seem to reject much of what the Bible tells. And we, not having read the Satanic Bible ourselves, we don't know exactly what they reject and accept.
Yeah.
This young man in the video that we just saw says that they don't believe in God. There is no God. There is no afterlife. That's confusing because the whole thing of Satan, as is described in Christianity, is an antithesis to God. He was a fallen angel, as you say. So if he's a fallen angel and he's an angel, you have to believe in God in the first place.
And I mean, perhaps it's not so much that they don't believe in God, but that they reject God.
Well,
as the arbiter of your outcomes in this life.
I agree with that statement, and that was certainly my perception when I did some reading and watched videos on Anton LaVey and the Church of Satan.
Yeah.
But this young man who is a Satanic Temple follower claims that no, Satanism is that God doesn't exist. We're atheists. Now, both organizations claim to be atheistic.
Yes.
Or I'm not sure if that's a word, atheists. And Anton LaVey was certainly truly an atheist, although he promoted his church.
Yeah.
But he claimed that they reject God as he just doesn't exist. It's not a rejection of him. He does not exist. It's a complete denial.
Right.
So anyway, when you're saying that Satan was a fallen angel, that's what the Bible says, but that may not be what they believe and accept.
So I guess, we'd have to probably then read the Satanic Bible in order to.
I still intend to
have
yes.
some sort of a basis for comparison.
There's another documentary which is quite interesting, which is Hail Satan, and I've had that bookmarked for years, and then I sort of got diverted and never actually watched it. And that could provide some interesting insight as well, because they interview all these Satan worshippers. And we'll provide the link to the video. But again, we're not promoting anything, and we haven't even seen it ourselves. We might want to do a follow-up video once we have seen it.
And it provides insight. It provides insight to our viewers to the fact that we're really not that interested. in the topic.
Well, we both were at one point.
Yeah.
Enough to do some research and bookmark these things, but then never follow up by watching.
Well, that's it. It's like your brain gets to a level where the knowledge that you've garnered from your investigation
is enough to decide you don't want to.
Satiates, yeah,
You
your
don't want to
brain,
follow through.
and you go, yeah, okay, I'm done with that one.
Well,
So
now that we've done research for this video,
Yeah.
and we watched this young man here in Thailand, and I found the bookmark for the Hail Satan documentary, I do want to see it because I
Yeah.
bookmarked it and I just totally forgot about it, and now I want to see it. And as I said, let's do a couple of follow-up videos. We'll do this one of us here, and we'll discuss this topic further, and we will do a follow-up video of us looking for the Baphomet statue here in Chiang Mai. Maybe it's not real. And we'll do a follow-up video after we've watched the Hail Satan documentary, or at least I have. If you're not interested, and we'll discuss it further.
I'll give it a watch. I'll read the Satanic Bible and see what it says. And
I may not have time for that right now, but I would like to read that at some
I'll see
point.
if I can get it in audio. I can while I'm doing my walk, I can listen to it.
Make sure you get somebody like James Earl Jones to read it. The same guy who did Darth Vader. You know.
That's okay.
You know, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
The power of Satan is blah blah blah. That would be just awesome. Get Darth. Maybe you can even add the Darth Vader breathing effect. You know.
Yeah. What was
reject God?
Well, one of the things that you'll find if you look into this is that there are basically 7 tenets, sort of akin to the 10 commandments. But the 7 tenets basically are, in my opinion, views of humanism.
Yeah, basically it comes down
humanistic
to
approaches.
Do what you want to do, enjoy your life, and don't fuck up other people.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
pretty
it.
Simple.
You know, and not just people. Animals, or the environment, or something like that, or.
Well, we'll
there's
post
definitely people and animals. Yeah, we can either post it or post a link.
Are children people? Because they mentioned not to fuck up children.
Children are people.
Most of them.
Yeah.
Most of them. I'm not sure you were when you were a child, but anyway.
I might have actually been Satan when I was a child.
Well, Satan at the very least.
Or possessed by him, but I was not a very good kid. But I didn't kill anybody, so
yet.
I'm not at the top of the scale, but
yet.
I was on the upper end. I've wanted to, but.
Well, then you should watch a fantastic movie, Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer.
Who's it about?
Henry.
A real serial killer?
No, it's fictional, but
fictional.
It really gives you.
Because I am into the real serial killers.
I think most of us find some interesting mystique there.
Yeah.
This is fictional, but it is a fantastic movie.
Yeah. Which has nothing to do with what we're actually talking
about. No, we're diverting, but we can leave this in.
Yeah.
And because you said you may want to, well, you would find that a fascinating movie, very interesting.
All right. I can take a look at it. So, all right. Is there anything before we go see if there's a Baphomet statue?
Pose with, maybe have lunch, invite to dinner.
I don't know if he's coming.
Give an offering,
but he's a little stiff. So he's a statue. Okay?
So am I some
mornings. He's a little stiff. So
you missed that one.
Yeah. I'm
a little stiff. So am I some mornings.
Yeah, me too. So, and then I'm not.
TMI, I'm sure.
Yeah, too much information for me. So, yeah. Is there anything else that we want to discuss about?
Yes, there is. There was an article in the Bangkok Post quite a few years ago when I first moved to Thailand, long before you and I were making these videos.
Okay.
On a murder. And I'm just going to put my glasses on because the screen is a bit further away and I'm not such a young man anymore.
Yeah, we need some Bitcoin to improve our studio. Right?
We need Bitcoin to get some laser surgery as well.
LASIK.
There we go. Okay, I'm going to read the article now. First, let me check the date on it.
11 January 2014.
Okay, the article is, the headline on the article, Bangkok Post. Satanist kills black metal singer January 11, 2014. Bangkok Post, as I said. And I'll just read a little bit here. A self-styled satanic Satanist has claimed on his Facebook page that he was the person who murdered the singer of a local black metal band. And I've already read this article about, when they first posted it in 2014. And basically what happened is the young man who committed the murder is a Satanist. And he felt that this black metal bassist and vocalist had tarnished the name and misrepresented Satan with his music. Now, I haven't listened to the music. I used to be a heavy metal fan. I used to listen to a lot of Black Sabbath and so on when I was young. Black Sabbath, Judas Priest, AC/DC, quite a few others, but specifically things like Black Sabbath. And, unless you're a complete idiot, you know that it's all marketing. It's all for their music and their lyrics. I don't know what this band said or did to tarnish Satan, but anyway, this individual murdered the musician based on the fact that he felt that he misrepresented Satan as a bad character.
Yeah, I don't know what to say.
Which of course,
Except,
doesn't in any way contradict what he's trying to do. You made Satan look like a bad guy, so in the name of Satan, I'm going to murder you.
Yeah, that certainly doesn't fall under the tenets of...
No, it doesn't fall under the tenets at all, and it certainly doesn't help improve the impression that the misimpression that people may have about the Church of Satan or the Satanic Temple.
Yeah.
Because that's totally against what they're promoting. They're completely against harming other people.
Yeah. Yeah, while this is this is just another example of the same thing that happens in every religion. You always have somebody that's radicalized, and they lash out like this.
I think you're not fully appreciating the irony of this.
A Satanist killing another sort of Satanist?
A Satanist breaking the rules, breaking the 7 tenets to murder somebody who sings about Satan to prove that Satan is not bad.
It's a little ironic.
It's so ironic and so convoluted that it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. The irony and the convolution of the irony is just so beautiful. Let's go through it again. A Satanist who breaks the 7 tenets to murder an artist who sings about Satan because the Satanist feels that he's misrepresenting Satan.
Yeah. That might actually be the textbook definition of irony.
It's beautiful. It is art.
Well, the death of somebody is never...
True. And it's unfortunate that both 2 lives have been wasted because this young Satanist individual probably is now spending his lifetime in a Thai prison, which is a waste of life.
Yeah, or a good portion.
And the person that he murdered, we don't know anything about him, and we don't know whether he really did or did not misrepresent. But it's unfortunate that individual lost his life as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's any time that happens, but there have been zealots throughout history in every facet of life. There are zealots that...
Zealots is such a nice
word.
Good,
but they're bad zealots.
I can think of other adjectives, crackpot, nutcase, fuckwit, head case.
Zealot is up. I like to reference things politely, so until I'm angry, and then I break down to the basis definition.
That's just it, Satan. I'm always angry.
Yeah, Satan.
But I thought, at the beginning when we talked about these videos, I was worried about negative comments, and you said, "Oh, you don't care," and it now seems like I'm the one who's like, "I don't give a fuck," and then you're the one who's, "Oh, let's do it politely."
No, you should always be polite and happy in your approach.
Unfortunately, many people who comment on anti-social media are unhappy pricks, and no matter how polite or nice you are, you're going to get your fair number of trolls. And I'm sure I'm not inciting them at all with this.
I'm sure that we'll get some comments on this, but like we said, especially if they skip the intro, so and they just like click ahead to watch what we're saying.
Only twats would do that.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's no twats on YouTube, so
no
no
twats,
none,
not zero. So we're going to give the a link to the article, and we'll have a screenshot up. And,
yeah, we'll